Today is October 13th, 2021, and my name is John Tyler. I consider myself to be an observer of things, the author of 13 books, and a YouTube singer and video producer. The title of this little video should be, Thank You, Joe Biden, the 46th President of the United States since January 20th of 2021. Last year, this gas station sold gas for $1.77 under Donald Trump. Today, as you can see on the screen, it is up to $3.09 per gallon. That's a mere 74% increase. In the last couple of months, Food Lion, my local grocery store, sold a pound of bacon for $4.99. Today, it's $6.99. That one is up a mere 40%. The Biden administration has told us that inflation is at 5.9%. Yet gas is up 74% and food is up 40%. So how can 5.9% be? Is the Biden administration and his cohorts in the media lying to us? You'll have to be the judge of that, I guess. Again, I'm just an observer. Now, truckers have to pay $3.13 now, today, for diesel fuel. Where under Trump, last year, it was only 30 cents higher than regular gas at $1.77. So diesel truckers paid $2.07 a gallon. Truckers have to pass those higher costs off to the poor and to the middle class. I would fall into the middle class, I guess. And Joe Biden said there will be no tax increases to the middle class, yet any increases in taxes to any business get passed along to the poor and to the middle class, like at McDonald's, where they offered 2 breakfast sandwiches for $4. That was 2 months ago. Now it's $4.39. That's a mere 10% increase in just 2 months. And they can't find anybody to work there, even at $12 to $15 an hour. Why is that? Well, as you already know, you're not stupid. You're an observer too. The Biden administration has made it much more lucrative for people to stay at home watching TV all day by paying far more than they would get working. Some used to make, say, $400 a week, well, $300 to $400 a week working. Now they get between $600 and $900 not to work. Some didn't like Trump because he has an ego problem, big time, I'll admit, and they didn't like his attitude or the way he spoke like the common man. If he did one of these rallies that he did, he would send out a couple of bleeps now and then, or when he talked to world leaders, he kind of talked to them like, hey, you guys are screwing America, and he put it to them like it was. I'm not saying that the election was rigged because of Trump's attitude. Possibly it wasn't rigged. And the way he talked down to the world leaders and others, but I am saying that his attitude had nothing to do with how he handled the United States economy, which is my wallet. The southern border was doing very well, and a wall was being built to protect American citizens, which is the primary duty of those politicians that we supposedly elected, is to protect the United States citizen. Yet the border is wide open and allowing all kinds of people to cities across America. They're the ones coming from other countries that the other countries let out of jail and gave them rides to the border. I don't know. Maybe they are terrorists that countries have purposefully let into the United States for evil purposes. Who can say? How many of them have COVID-19? Nobody knows because they're not being tested or checked, and no enforcement is afforded Americans like us to prevent the spread of COVID-19 by illegal aliens crossing the border by the hundreds of thousands, even upwards of 1 million. We know this: Joe Biden has let millions come into the United States as illegal aliens for the purpose of giving them money, for the purpose of giving them free education, free medical, to gain their votes. There's no other reason possible that any reasonable, fairly intelligent person living in the United States could come up with. That has to be the only reason. Now, Joe Biden has told American employees to fire anyone who does not take a vaccine shot, mainly from Pfizer, I've noticed. So millions more are out of work because they refuse to have an untested vaccine shot into their body. I think 30% of America now is unvaccinated. President Trump rebuilt our military, and he respected first responders, from police officers to the military to the Border Patrol agents. He did. Joe Biden has told the Taliban that our military would leave Afghanistan, which basically told them that on a certain day, prior to September 1st of 2021, there will be no more military in their country. So ISIS had only to wait it out before taking over all of Afghanistan. I think it was 72 hours, right, that they totally wiped out and sent Afghanistan politicians and everyone else fleeing, the army that they had disbanded. And now ISIS really controls all of Afghanistan. Worse yet, rather than keep the military there until all Americans and known Afghan supporters of our troops were airlifted out, even close by to Pakistan, and rather than take our $80 billion worth of high-tech helicopters, aircraft, guns, and tanks over to our bases that we have in Pakistan, Biden hauled the military out first, and he left all of our equipment for others to either sell all over the world or to take apart and learn the U.S. technology from those helicopters, tanks, guns, even night vision wear. Now, he should have removed all of the technical weapons, and he should have kept the largest air base, Bagram Air Force Base, that we built, the one closest to China. Or he should have destroyed it and the weapons before leaving Afghanistan. Now, Joe Biden and his political machine in Congress and in the media and in social media and educators and the indoctrination tactics used by them are attempting to re-educate Americans through propaganda machines like those I just mentioned. Nancy Pelosi now wants the IRS to look into your bank account and mine, and anyone who has more than a transaction worth more than $600. Why would that be? Well, the Democrats in Congress and Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen have all said that they don't think this is an invasion of privacy. Are you that stupid to believe that? I'm not. I know you're not. If someone is suspected of cheating on their taxes, the IRS has always asked for an audit, right? But now, if this bill passes in this $3.5 trillion spending package, it's really $5 trillion. If that passes by Democrats, everyone, you, me, everyone is now suspected of tax fraud. That's why they want to tap your bank account. But that's not the only real reason. I'd get into that, but I'd scare you half to death. How are you feeling? Feeling good about how we're being treated by the current Democrat administration? See, murders up, rapes up, robberies are up, crime is up, like, I don't know, record-breaking criminals activities going on in the United States right now under this administration. Why? Well, I went to get gas today because my Prius showed half a tank. Now, I get good mileage, 47.5 miles per gallon on the Prius. But when I pulled into the gas station a few days ago, when I filled it up, it was $2.75 a gallon at this station. Today, well, $2.75 is still way up from the Trump administration of $1.77, right? But today it's up to $3.09 a gallon. That's up 12% from a few days ago. 12%. And Biden and his media tells us that inflation rate is only 5.9%. So what's the solution, folks? What's the solution? Well, if cheating happened in the 2020 election, who can say it will still happen even more so in the 2022 elections coming up next November? That's Congress and the Senate and governors and so forth and so on. Voting would have to be so strong that no amount of cheating can happen, but that all depends on how ticked off you are, that you are now paying about 40% or more for everything from food to gasoline to a piece of lumber at Lowe's. I used to buy a 2x4 at Lowe's for, I think it was $2, and now it's $8. In fact, I bought plywood a month ago, 22 sheets, cost me $1,080. Oh, geez, that's more than $600. Nancy, take a peek in my bank account. Oy. Did you get a raise of 40% to cover this inflation? No. Okay, a final note. Biden claims that his administration doled out over 70% of Americans, vaccines for Americans, and that over 70% of Americans have had at least one dose of vaccine. Well, there are 357 million Americans in the United States. So that would mean that 249 million of the Americans have had at least one shot, right? I mean, I did the math. You could do it too. We were told by Dr. Anthony Fauci that herd immunity would take place when 70% of the Americans receive the vaccine. Herd immunity means the virus should disappear. But wait, COVID-19 and its variants have hit harder now than when the COVID-19 virus first hit America a year and a half ago. How is that possible? Under the Biden administration, COVID-19 tests and hospitalizations are reaching new records. Where did I get that from? Oh, Google this yourself. The death rate in the U.S. is now at 717,501 as of today, October 13, 2021. Joe Biden accused President Trump of causing over 200,000 deaths, and actually, I looked it up, there were 352,000 deaths since COVID-19 began until Trump was out of office on January 20th this year, 2021. So that's the stat that I found online. And yet this year, since January 20th, deaths from COVID-19 have risen 365,501, or a little more than 100% over when Donald Trump was in office. And yet he got kicked out because he caused the death of 1,000 Americans. So it's risen over 100% just since January. And that's after all those vaccinations were given. The media tries to tell us that the COVID hospitalizations are from unvaccinated people. That allows us to believe that vaccinated people, those who just refuse to get a vaccine, are not only unsafe for the rest of America, but they're the ones that are refusing the vaccine. So they're committing murders of these people that are in the hospital now, catching vaccine COVID-19 from them. The media fails to tell you the truth. They classify those with vaccinations that have lost their efficacy as unvaccinated. Did you know that? Meaning they need a second dose, or now they need a booster shot. So they're unvaccinated until they get the second shot, or until they get this booster dose that they're all trying to push, like Pfizer. It makes me wonder how many government politicians or CDC officials have stock in dummy corporations that own Pfizer or Moderna shares. I wonder. So, to wrap this up, how do you feel today, or as some politicians used to say, how do you feel today versus the last administration? You feel much better? Spending more than 40 to 74% more for food, gas, everything. and it's only going to go up from here. So what do? Again, you have to get out and vote. We have to figure out a way not to have cheating. And this mail-out ballot thing is 100% responsible for the bulk of the cheating. Or ballots that come in like this big stack here for, say, Trump. Oh, wait a minute. No, I don't know where they went. This stack here is for Biden. Oh, well, put those through. Who knows what happened? All I know is that my wallet is getting emptied more and more every day, and I'm not happy about it. See you next time.